bench the last time they played here. First time actually playing at Anfield, the Liverpool number 7. This is very positive from Everton at the start of this game, looking to impose themselves. Vi. Oh, it's a strike from distance from Megan Finnegan. Rachel Law's not happy with her defence.
That's worth a try, isn't it? I think she saw there was a little bit of time and space. Holland's trying to get across and put pressure on her. But why not have a go? Test the goalkeeper early on. It's her shot that forces the goalkeeper into a save.
And they give her something to think about. Holland. Stengel, score of those 2 penalties last weekend. Won the second one. Some strong running and challenge from Buchanan. Talked about Flaherty soon. And they give her something to think about.
The game after that.
Don't think I've ever seen Gilly Flaherty crumble.
No.
Holland.
After that.
Don't think I've ever seen Gilly Flaherty crumble.
No.
It's not really in her nature, is
Definitely
it?
not.
Running. And challenge didn't want to give up. Heads start. Talked about Flaherty soon.
I think that's what Jess Park does provide. She's obviously got that pace in behind which stretches
about
the play, and we know that Everton can play through the thirds if they need to, but they
don't think I've ever seen Gilly Flaherty crumble.
No.
Holland for that. Don't think I've ever seen Gilly Flaherty crumble.
No.
It's not really in her nature, is it?
Definitely not.
And Channels didn't want to give up head start. Talked about Flaherty soon.
I think that's what Jess Park does provide. She's obviously got that pace in behind which stretches
about
the play, and we know that Everton can play through the thirds if they need to, but they
don't think I've ever seen Gilly Flaherty crumble.
No.
Holland for that. She scored 9 goals. Don't think I've ever seen Manchester City crumble.
No.
It's not really in her nature, is it?
Definitely not.
And Channels didn't want to give up. It's really unfortunate.
But they can also go direct.
Talked about Flaherty soon.
I think that's what Jess Park does provide. She's obviously got that pace in behind which stretches the play, and we know that Everton can play through the thirds if they need to, but they
don't think I've ever seen Gilly Flaherty
from
crumble.
Holland
For that. She's dead. I don't think I've ever seen Manchester City from Manchester City, but all of them in the cups. I have a feeling it won't be too long before she notches in the league.
I just think so many players coming in, it's always going to be difficult to gel. Then you swap managers. I think they had 3 managers in there over the course of the season. It's always going to be tough. So they just need.
We were all trying to work it out, and one of the issues was the lack of pace that Chris Roberts, the assistant, pointed to, but it was a combination of factors, wasn't it?
Yeah, I just think so many players coming in, it's always going to be difficult to gel. Then you swap managers. I think they had 3 managers in there over the course of the season. It's always going to be tough. So they just need.
Years, and directness and clarity is what she said. We just didn't really know what we were supposed to be doing, which is fairly damning, but that's what they're looking for in this manager, who I'm told Brian Sorensen is a real whole club manager. He likes to control everything, having come from Fortuna Hjørring.
I think he's got a style, hasn't he, a way of playing.
Years, and directness and clarity is what she said. We just didn't really know what we were supposed to be doing, which is fairly damning, but that's what they're looking for in this manager, who I'm told Brian Sorensen is a real whole club manager. He likes to control everything, having come from Fortuna Hjørring.
I think he's got a style, hasn't he, a way of playing.
Alan Campbell to nip in.
He's very calm when he speaks, you know, whether they've won or whether they've lost, and actually helps the players as well. And you can see
Everton will be delighted with the start they've made. Almost playing like the home side. And here, Alan Campbell to nip in. Seen a great deal from Liverpool at all in an attacking sense in this game. There is Snoeys. And it's deflected, but straight into the arms of Laws. To gel. We see it in the Premier League, of course, but it does seem to be the case. One of those players who came in last season, and it seemed to be that if a lot of players come in from abroad at the same time, it can take that little bit longer to gel. We see it in the Premier League, of course, but it does seem to be the case in the WSL too.
Yeah, she's a good player though, keeps things ticking over, good on the ball, always an option.
I haven't seen a great deal from Liverpool at all in an attacking sense in this game. They really want to try and get the fans on their feet, give them something to hold on to and to get behind. It's Everton really controlling the game so far, and here they come again with Graham. She has Park outside, here she is.
Everton are just finding those pockets of space and picking the ball up there. space in between the units. You know, the defence to the midfield to the forwards, and Everton are just finding those pockets of space and picking the ball up there.
Well, Matt Beard said he got a phone call from his son Harry last week during the match on the touchline, didn't he? Giving him some advice, tactical advice. Well, maybe he should take the credit for the turnaround because it worked. And it was a tactical, it was about masterclass, but it was certainly a really positive change that he made in the second half, the way they really went for it against Chelsea. Didn't show them too much respect, which is pretty understandable if they had have done, having just been promoted against the three-time champions.
Well, he took Stengel in.
The pass from Christensen. Almost getting George in there. Strange seeing Gabby George as a left wing back, isn't it? We're used to seeing her at centre half, a position that she's also learning. Brand new wing backs this season under Brian Sorensen. Just a year of football due to an ACL, which rather hampered her progress. Hasn't added to her 2 England caps. Here comes Vi for Everton. Well, it didn't have a lot of...
Laws manages to just get a touch.
Well, it's been virtually all Everton.
Do anything.
That is true. If it goes quiet, I'll tell everybody all your other secrets as well. You know, just to liven the game up a little bit. Everton supporters, though, will be perfectly happy with what they've seen so far. It really has gone to plan from their perspective, unlike Christmas time. What can Liverpool do? They need to string a few passes together to start with, get the confidence up, some movement, be available for each other. Signing Claire Wheeler, also injured with no return date at the moment with a knee issue. And Nicoline Sorensen as well, out long term until around Christmas time. What can Liverpool do? They need to string a few passes together to start with, get the confidence up, some movement, be available for each other.
Yeah, they do. I just feel like they need to get the ball into Stengel's feet. I thought that's what was effective against Chelsea. She come a little bit deep, like I say, played on Ingle from a defensive perspective.
Visto racing onto this. Vi's there, though. Former Arsenal player. Ooh. Totally cool. Last weekend, Liverpool won a penalty from a Megan Campbell long throw. Let's see what she can do here. Will certainly concern the Everton defenders. Travelled along
to get in on it.
Well, but at least he got them worried. That's more than they have been so far.
Yeah, we saw last week, didn't we, what a threat, what an asset it is for Liverpool.
The Everton defenders travelled a long way and over the bar.
A corner.
Feeling very confident at the back there, Everton, aren't they?
A corner.
They're feeling very confident at the back there, Everton, aren't they? The way they're playing out there. They're instructed to do. Well, that was a late challenge, but play on. His part. She's on her own at the moment. She's up against 3-4 Liverpool defenders.
I think this was the earlier challenge that we saw Nifahi coming out. Actually really late, isn't it?
It was a right idea, just a little too much on it.
Yeah, just wait to pass there from Bjorn. Like you say, it was the right idea in between the two defenders.
The second one, the 1-0 victory, but there was one also in the 1990s, and the captain that day was a
late from Nifahi.
I mentioned she was one of the players who played in the last Merseyside derby here, which we had. No, I'm only 4'10.5", but there was one also in the 1990s, and the captain that day was another massive Liverpool fan, Julie Griffiths. She was asked whether she touched the "This is Anfield" sign, and she said, "Nothing gets past you, does it?" Not much got past her, in fairness.
No, true.
She's here today with her children, Rachel Brown-Finnis, or Rachel Brown, as she
Obviously Taylor Hines has gone that little bit further forward. She played further back against Chelsea, but there just doesn't seem to be any combination.
Oh, and Taylor's been caught out. Here's a chance for Stengel. Will she take it on her own? She wants to have a crack on her own. It's still Stengel. First real opportunity of the game from Liverpool, and the American couldn't make it count.
Yeah, just dawdling on the ball there. Straight away, Stengel wins the ball. You just think, could she have took the shot earlier? Could she have took it there? She doesn't. She takes another touch, cuts back in onto her left foot. She had an opportunity. But yeah, I think if you're going to do that on the ball, she will press you and she will win the ball high up. But I just think here, could she have had the shot? She doesn't. She cuts back in. And then Everton managed to just crowd her out. But much better from Liverpool. That's what they want. They need to win the ball higher up the field like that.
Should she have laid it off to Melissa Lawley?
Another option.
If Melissa Lawley had a microphone now, she'd be saying yes, she should. Yeah. Laid it off to me in front of goal. It's Stengel again, and it's Hines. She's better from Liverpool. Taylor Hines, the former Everton player. Hines has been playing. At left wing back, but as Sue mentioned, taking the place of the injured Kiernan. She did start life opportunity just now. Need to find some confidence from somewhere. They did go a goal down last week, of course, against the champions Chelsea. All 3 goals being penalties that day. It's the strong running of Stengel that helped. And the long throw of Campbell. It doesn't matter how the goals come. There is still plenty of time.
And that's something that Matt Beard's tried to do, instill that belief into these players that even if you go a goal down, you can come back, stick to the game plan that we've worked on. If I have to change things, I will, whether that's tactically or whether that's personnel. It's real good togetherness in this Liverpool side.
Talk quite a lot about WSL experience, but they have plenty of that also on the bench. The likes of Jana Daniels, Rachel Furness, Rhiannon Roberts and Leanne Robe also played here 3 years ago in that derby. Liverpool looking to try to make something happen. He had to test the goalkeeper, Courtney Brosnan. Seasoned international, one of the key players for Denmark.
With Jess Park and Lucy Graham, they've had some good movements where Park's maybe come inside and Lucy Graham's gone on the overlap or the opposite way round. And yeah, there's certainly good link that Everton are attacking down this right hand side.
For all Everton's good play, we haven't seen much of their new signing, Katja Snoys. Not a bad thing for us to up here, because their name's not a name we particularly welcomed when she signed for Everton. We all looked at it and thought, brilliant, thanks for that. Signing from Bordeaux, and she comes with a good pedigree as well. She hasn't really had any decent chances, maybe one in the game at West Ham, but not a name we particularly welcomed when she signed for Everton. We all looked at it and thought, brilliant, thanks for that. Bordeaux. What about the deliveries? Any quality balls into the box for the Dutch striker?
Yeah, do you know what though, Jack? Her movement is good. When you watch, she'll either come short and you'll have players running in beyond, whether that's Park or whether it's Izzy Christensen on the other side. She gets in between defenders, tries to get in behind. A couple of times you saw against West Ham, she'd get up and win that. Although Jack, her movement is good. When you watch, she'll either come short and you'll have or whether it's Izzy Christensen on the other side. She gets in between defenders, tries to get in behind. A couple of times you saw against West Ham, she'd get up and win that.
Everton delighted to have silenced the crowd here at Anfield. Much excitement before kick-off, but Liverpool really haven't given them a great deal to get excited about so far. And the WSL will be back in a couple of weeks' time. We'll be at Reading against Arsenal for you. Arsenal have started the season with a couple of 4-0 victories. Actually at the North London derby yesterday. And here's Jess Park showing all her pace. Has she got a finish? Oh, cool. And Jess Park makes it 2-0 to Everton. For Manchester City as well, because the experience that she takes in a blue shirt will be taken back to a sky blue shirt.
Well, I think Everton will have watched the game against Chelsea where Liverpool did play a high defensive back line, and at times you could see when Sam Kerr was getting in, and it's about, can you time your runs? Because if you have got the pace to get in behind, you know, the defenders for Liverpool, you know, they don't have a lot of pace. Probably Matthews with the most out of the three. They read the game well, they're very experienced, but Everton have certainly looked to get in beyond when they can.
First choice defence. Finnegan back in there, and she's added a goal as well. This could well be a first Merseyside derby defeat in 5 for Matt Beard. If they can stay the way they are. Matt Beard being a former estate agent, and the reason I know that is because he showed me around